Either way, let's get into the second series of the night between I Am Groot and Fortnite Ninjas. Despite the fact that Gamma and I are on the same page with who should be coming out of this, we're kind of questioning which way it's going to be going here, as both of them have shown quite good throughout the entire series of Season 5, rather, throughout the entire playoffs so far. I Am Groot looking great on that reverse sweep against Golden State Greninjas. Gets to bring a whole new team into the semis and the finals, so we can't really track too much. What we can say is a lot of Pokemon were shown, and a shift in playstyle for I Am Groot for Season 5 was shown during that battle versus World Leader, reading that he needed to go more offensive and therefore took the advantage and went through with it. Pulls it together for himself, comes back in game number 5. So, what do we see here? The Mamoswine is banned against Fortnite Ninjas. We're not going to see the Suicune for the semifinals. Might not see Suicune at all if I Am Groot goes on to the finals. But what does this mean? We need to see essentially what the brand new Pokemon after the battle that we saw back in week 7. The Steelix, the Entei, and the Swallow were all added to the team. So we didn't even get to see what these brand new Pokemon, which we saw in the quarterfinals used, are going to do against Fortnite Ninjas. One thing can be sure, I'm sure that this Conkeldurr on the side of Fortnite is still going to be super powerful. I do expect to see that Dragonite used quite a bit as well, considering that just, like, depending on what set he brings for it, it's going to be built around just trying to make sure that everything's either, he can either go with a really bulky set here with a multi-scale, or he can go just with more damage if he really wanted to, depending on what he's prepared for between Sweetie and Sharking. Defensive might not be the way. He still has the Quagsire mixed with the Rotom. He'd still make a lot of pivots here with the Fortress still having that Volt Switch. But, you know, it's going to feel good for Sweetie not being down an entire kill when he doesn't have a Mamoswine Ice Beam his whole team. And even then, Steelix, yeah, would have been a better answer regardless. So it's just one less headache for him to deal with between the Ice Shard and just a really powerful Icicle Crash hitting a lot of his team. Superior is going to be fairly threatening here if we start seeing some damage down. I'm curious to see what kind of, I'm assuming the Swallow that was brought with Specs in this particular tournament just gets more things done, I think, considering he has that Honchkrow to clean up in the back on the physical side. So if we have a special attacker in Swallow, it makes the most sense. I don't know, it's pretty even here. I think it's going to come down to that Conkeldurr versus the Superior, which was going to get more work done. Can we see more absorbed? I think the Rotom Heat's going to put a lot of pressure down on Superior. For Conkeldurr to tank up, you know, it's a bit difficult to find. You could see the gas drop, but I mean, no status is going to threaten the Conkeldurr. It's going to be most likely running Guts and probably its own Flame Orb build anyways. So the Banette could threaten with the Destiny Bond. I really don't know. It's going to be a tough thing for him to tank up. It's either he kills it off flat, kills it off straight with a Honchkrow, Swallow, something like that, gets enough damage on it where Superior Entei can clean it up, or we see something super special in terms of investment here for the likes of Amanda Buzz to do something against it. But I mean, Conkeldurr feels really free. It's felt fairly free for the entire tournament. So how free will it be now in this series going to our finale? That was a lot of alliteration that failed, but nonetheless, I was proud of it. Let's get into this match. Are all the bets in? We've got 8 seconds left on the betting. We have, these are some interesting bets coming through here. Thank you to everybody who's been participating and betting in chats. As let's get into the second series once I reconnect to Showdown. But sorry about that disconnection. I hope it doesn't happen again. Boop. There we go. Where are they? All right. Let's see what these two, which arguably will be the closer match of the two, will be bringing us as we get into game number 1 between I Am Groot and Fortnite Ninjas to bring us for our second finalist into the final series of Season 5. We do see the wow, what am I saying? We see the Swallow come in, we also see that Mandibuzz coming in, so there's our Conkeldurr answer. And then also the nice thing about Mandibuzz is it will have that knockoff for the likes of the Gengar, so it takes up a lot of hits, we'll just go from there. U-turn's gonna be coming out as we see a Dragonite versus Swallow lead. It's trying to break its balance scale, not gonna matter much. The Dragon Dance coming out, alright, good thing to see. That Dragon Dance Dragonite, good thing to note, but we don't know what it's running per se. The Earthquake's gonna about do next to nothing to the Steelix, and Stone Edge is gonna come through. Sick critical hit to start this off. The reverse of the hacks here for I Am Groot. Incredible kill to start things off here in the series for I Am Groot. The guy who has to worry about this Conkeldurr showing up. But that already is one Pokemon down for the side of Fortnite Ninjas. Now, what is the answer? Mandibuzz has to be the Pokemon to come in here. If it's Ice Punch, it's going to hurt, but even seeing the likes of the Drain Punch and the Ice Punch can be bad for the Mandibuzz. Wow, I can't speak words. I wonder if Dragon Tail's giving out this thing. Roar makes a heck of a lot more sense. It's safer, and it's just a much better move for him. But nonetheless, he did go for the Heavy Slam on the Conkeldurr trying to set up, will get roared out into the Rotom Heat. Not the greatest Pokemon you want to see if you have the Steelix out. You're considering Overheat's going to roast it, as Blissey now has to be the answer. Overheat actually just straight up used. That's a fair amount of damage Blissey took from that. I know it's a really powerful hit, and Rotom's not a weakling, but that was actually quite a sizable chunk just to see a Blissey get melted through. But Steelix Blissey here is going to manage quite a bit of things. You're reducing that double switch into the Swellow against the Conkeldurr. The Conkeldurr does have the Guts boost, though. I don't know how much damage Mach Punch does, but we are going to see him stay in and get roasted. Interesting choice here for Conkeldurr to be dropped, but the Rotom Heat, of course, will still get that value, and actually gets a decent amount of value here. I'm curious if it's going to be choiced in some ways. The Blissey comes back out. The trick is going to be used, so we will see the it was choice specs. That does explain the meltage, as that has been revealed. It will be taking away the leftovers from Blissey, so that's not passive healing we're going to be seeing on the Blissey, and we'll see more flexible moves here from the likes of the Rotom Heat. Seeing that the move has been used, either Soft Mode or Seismic Toss was flying out to get more value, but he will be able to heal it off fully. Yes, he's choiced, but it's still going to tank up hits and still put pressure down with Seismic Toss. Stealth Rock now rolling in, as the Rotom Heat is going to be coming out to tank the Sacred Fire. Tanks it up fairly well, and with the... Oh, wait, it doesn't have leftovers? What did it take? What? Oh. Choppleberry. Oh, it's Choppleberry. Interesting. It's not leftovers. We were never going to see healing to begin with. Actually gets the Choppleberry away and steals the choice band. So, Fortnite, what he's doing right now is just taking away all of the raw power and raw defensive capabilities that I Am Groot has, but also scouting to see what he's going to be dealing with. The Choppleberry, I believe, reduces fighting damage. Yeah, because the only thing that Blissey would be weak to. So maybe he knows something he can tank, but nonetheless, using this opportunity here to scout all this out, see the information, all the things that are going on. The Venusaur is now going to be coming in, most likely Mega up, take the hit, see how much damage is going to be dealt. Curious to see now. Sludge Bomb actually does a lot of damage to the Entei, as Sacred Fire does nothing to this giant weed, and as you can see, it's still doing nothing, as he now will go for the Leech Seed. We'll get enough healing to take one more Sacred Fire, but Flare Blitz barely misses the kill, as he's going to be brought low. The Synthesis matters quite a bit here. He's going to be tanking this up significantly, and plus with that Synthesis, it looks like Entei has nothing left for this world, unless we see a Defog, because Rocks will doom it. Synthesis brings it back up to full. As we see the Mandibuzz come in, Mandibuzz has the Overcoat most likely, which means it will not be affected by Leech Seed or Sleep Powder. Sludge Bomb will be coming through, not getting the poison, but a good chunk of damage. Good for Fortnite Ninjas, seeing that the taunt will most likely be coming through. His Defog will now happen against the Fortress. Lots of things being showed here. Lots of good things to note. But Volt Switch will be coming out. That's a lot of damage Swellow had to tank on its spec side. Now, Gengar does come in. It is 6-3, but Focus Blast does hit, takes it down. Let's see how much can be done here for Fortnite. Even if it's not a victory form, and seeing the items now on these Pokemon is pretty important. Because that even means that not only does that give information to the likes of Fortnite Ninjas for the semifinals, it gives information to Traverse City Thunder is watching for his finalist. If Sweet Tea comes through, he knows that Blissey does not have healing for his series. He might not even see Blissey being useful, though. So that's another thing to note, whether or not he can read, if that's going to be effective for him to have to worry about. Blissey will make its way in now. Most likely knowing he can tank a Focus Blast, the Venusaur Mega does have to make its way in, as the Softboil was going to be used, knowing he can tank it and just wait for a Focus Miss. Yes, it's a gambler's fallacy, but it's most likely going to happen just the way it goes. Actually, Leech Seed, is Leech Seed not affected by Overcoat? I guess not. I thought it was. I thought for some reason it was. I'm silly. Nonetheless, the Sludge Bomb's going to come through. Leech Seed will make it so that Mandibuzz will have to eventually go for Continuous Roost and be stuck here until it gets poisoned, or it's just going to eventually go for Brave Birds and just have to kind of part with trying to do as much damage to Venusaur as possible. Problem is, between Synthesis and Leech Seed healing, it's going to be very difficult for him to try and make that damage stick with the Mandibuzz. So What is the play here? It's at full HP, and the Entei is super low. There's no Wish passing. This is pretty bad here for I Am Groot, as he does indeed exactly go for the Brave Bird. Try and get the damage down. We don't see the healing. We will see the healing afterwards. Never mind, actually. You know what? That poison... Oh, he lives with 1%. That's not what you actually want to see. The taunt has to come out so Synthesis can't be used. If he had died there, that would have meant that he would not have been able to have a chance to go for Synthesis on the Mandibuzz. That would have been okay, but instead he'll have to settle with the taunt, giving him 1% HP back. But now the Entei can come in, most likely just go for the Flare Blitz, sack itself off. Knowing that Venusaur is taunted, it would mean either Fortress has to go bye-bye, or Gengar has to take the hit. So Venusaur is going to have to settle here with taking a bunch of damage. It will be the Sacred Fire rather than the Flare Blitz. Interesting, unless he... I'm surprised he didn't actually go for it. Surprising. Nonetheless, the Fortress is going to make its way in. Stone Edge will be used on the Fortress. Not doing a heck of a lot. Do have to worry about Gyro Ball here, because Gyro Ball can still do a fair amount of damage. I'm actually surprised the Flare Blitz did not fly out to try and do it. I guess he didn't want to kill himself off to it, but he was still taunted, so... Either way. Nonetheless... Let's see. Fortress does have the floor here. How much health are we looking at? Blissey is basically Choice Spexed. Steelix at 62%. So still feeling healthier for I Am Groot, despite the fact that we see Fortnite Ninjas bring this back from a 3-6 to a 3-3. Jar Ball comes out, does nothing to the Blissey, as they are both fat, they are both bulky, they are both fun boys to play around with. Seismic Toss doing a decent chunk. That Choice Specs Seismic Toss boosted, of course. Not. As Mega Venusaur will now make its way back in, it can go for the Synthesis, knowing that Seismic Toss will be outweighed by all the healing you could get. We can even see a Leech Seed used here to be offensive and just catch anything on a switch to get a little bit of healing off on it. But I think Synthesis makes the most sense. Get all of your HP back before you start doing something like that. And there it is. Because now if we do see that patent Ice Fang or Heavy Slam or something like that coming out, he's going to be feeling pretty healthy, not have to rely on just 13% on average healing. Double Giga Drain use, Steelix lives, but misses the Stone Edge. Now we're back to even on it, and there's the forfeit. That hacks the damage needed to stick, and he knows it's most likely over after that once the Steelix is brought down. Game number 1, going over to Fortnite Ninjas. Not sure if that damage would have mattered in the end, but it does hurt. You don't want to see it. You don't want to sit there and just... You know the damage calcs. Don't reveal it. Make Mitchie figure it out. But a fair amount of damage and a fair amount of information revealed here for the finals and for the semifinal in particular. Choppleberry Blissey. Choice Specs Rotom Heat. Very cool things. And Choice Band Entei, that was also revealed. Funnily enough, all the things that I was looking at on the front page. That makes it easy. Okay, so with that now, where do we go from here? Because really, it looks like if you could come back from losing all the Pokemon on the side of Fortnite Ninjas, and then you come back and you look at I Am Groot losing it out in the end, those 3 Pokemon alone can get value done. Everything else did its own job. Conkeldurr was not needed. It was sacked off, trying to get the extra value going out with Bulk Up. We see the trick to scoping, or scouting rather. Scoping? Interesting. But now, what do we do? What do we do now? What does this mean? Now we see Choppleberry on the Blissey. Now we see the Choice Band on the Entei. Does this change what Mitchie does? Because with that information, he could make a different switch and stuff like that. So, I like what Sweetie was doing is try to trade up. He had very little to take other than using the likes of the Blissey to take on the Gengar. The Gengar plus Gengar plus Conkeldurr still proven to be pretty hard for people to tank up in this particular season, but I think the Rotom Heat needs an answer, and that would have been Suicune to an extent. But you bring Gastrodon in? I don't think you do because Mega Venusaur is there. So maybe you played out the same 6. And we didn't see the Superior either. So I'm curious to see if we'll see a faster Pokemon or just another offensive Pokemon in the likes of Superior sent in here minus, like, without the Blissey. I wonder if he goes for that again. He gets rid of Blissey. The Blissey, granted, is the answer to try and tank up the things for Gengar, but it can't do anything back to it because Toxic's not going to affect. You could paralyze it, but if he's going to get tricked again, he's basically stuck. So if he goes on the offensive route, if he maybe has a Scarf Superior, that would have to be revealed at this point. But I think the Mandibuzz makes the most sense defensively. It is the Pokemon to come and take the hits. Mix that with the Steelix. That is the defensive core we'd like to see Sweet Tea run. Will that matter? Will we see something change? I don't know. It's actually kind of tough because it just there were a lot of things going through the game, and to do it in a matter of 5 minutes is difficult for me. So usually I go back and I try and read it and kind of watch it a little better, but it does look like the Conkeldurr was not needed. And if those three alone, the Mega Venusaur mixed with the Gengar, and even just mix a third Pokemon in there, if those can manage everything else, if that Entei is not getting the kills on the Venusaur, we're in dire straits here, because what else does he have to manage all of that? Where are we? Give me more music. Here we go. Game number 2. That's where we're at. Fortnite Ninjas up 1-0 in the wrong match, of course, because they didn't switch over to the match because I suck. One sec. Mistakes are made. It's perfectly fine. Boop. Oh no, all of the background things have been revealed. Oops. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the team. We do see the same teams coming out. That Dragonite luckily getting crit as well. That is something to note. We're curious to see what happens if the Dragonite does end up living and start doing damage. Will be Conkeldurr versus Swellow lead. He is just going to go straight for the Boom Burst. That's a ton of damage, but Drain Punch is going to come right back, and you got to suspect that the Mach Punch is primed and ready. But a good chunk of damage to bring down on Conkeldurr. That means in the future, if Mandibuzz does get out here, there's not much healing coming through, you can threaten with the Flying move, but Mach Punch will be the thing to take out the Swellows. Got to make sure that Fortnite does not set up or get any extra healing, so he has to stay in to prevent that. The Entei now knows it's in range that it can kill, but the Dragonite is going to be sent in instead. A burn here would kind of suck, and it happens. So, a physical Dragonite burned, never going to get back to multi-scale range. No matter what, at the beginning of every turn, it's going to be burned down where multi-scale will not be activated. Earthquake's going to come through and do absolutely nothing. And that is a coin flip that happened here for the Dragonite, as the Earthquake's going to come through, trying to just get as much damage down on the Steelix as possible. Stealth Rock actually sent out here, trying to get some more chip damage down, even if it's just on the Fortress in the end. But that is the Dragonite handled. And once again, Dragonite not getting much of anything done. However, you could say it got a lot more done this time because of all the damage on the Steelix. And we saw 30% came out of the likes of the Giga Drain, but the Leech Seed miss happens, and he roars it into the Fortress. Oh, man, that is a series of unfortunate events for both coaches, as Entei now has to come in to threaten the Fortress with the likes of the leftovers, fortunately brought back into sturdy range, even if it had to tank another hit. And with Rocks not being up, it's safe to switch out. Rotom Heat knows it can come in. Stone Edge, one shot on the Rotom. Easy read for I Am Groot, he says. As now Venusaur knows it can tank a decent amount, go for the Synthesis as well as the Leech Seed. He's probably going to try and go for an Leech Seed here just to put damage on Entei as well, to be able to heal it up. He does have to worry, though. I believe the damage from 88%, I think he needs a 3-hit KO with the Flare Blitz, so he's not going to stay in here and take additional unnecessary damage. He will go for the taunt first with the Mandibuzz, as Sludge Bomb is dropped on the Mandy. Does not get the poison, but the healing will bring it down to around half HP. Entei is now switched to the Conkeldurr is also sent out. Okay, so Entei being in here, we saw this against World Leader, where the Entei, just once it came in, you had to make some kind of trade, and it will be the trade of the Conkeldurr as it goes for the Mach Punch. Getting some damage down, though, is the best that he kind of hoped for there if he's going to stay in. These are the same 3 Pokemon we saw Fortnite Ninjas win with last time, except there was a Chople Berry still on the Blissey, and there's still a Choice Band on this Entei. So now he has the extra tools to deal the extra damage, and that's something to remember as well, that Flare Blitz was not used with a Choice Band against the likes of the Mega Venusaur. So now this is actually kind of perilous for Fortnite, knowing he's going to be taking that extra 50% damage. Mega Steelix has to be the Pokemon to come in. Focus Blast misses, as that's the kind of risk you go in using that move. A prominent meme in the competitive community. With that, this is tasty, because now he can't stay in here with Gengar. Gengar can still clean up on the end of everything. A Heavy Slam is going to be used on the Fortress. Fortress not being too worried about Steelix. I don't think Steelix is too worried about Fortress either. Could just go for the rocks, try and keep that up, and just slowly get damage down on this. Could also scout for the Fire Fang, which can be run on the Steelix. I think we've seen everything, though, by this point, right? Yeah, we have seen everything on this point, so it's not going to happen nonetheless. But Volt Switch, predicting the switch as the Roar is used. It brings in the Mega Venusaur. I don't think you want to see this Pokemon. It was a 50-50 on bringing in the Gengar. Does not get the Gengar, and Venusaur can 2-hit KO with Giga Drain. This is scary for Fortnite because he's not in the same position as he was before, but it's not game over for him. keeps getting the wrong Pokemon. He wants to force a switch, and it's not happening. As Stone Edge will do nothing. As Rapid Spin's going to come back out, take out the rocks. And because we have the, you know, those things. The Leech Seed happening, he can stay at full HP, which is important, and the Volt Switch will now come out. Because, again, Fortnite loses nothing going for that because he knows the Mega Steelix can't hurt him. Mega Venusaur comes in on the Blissey. Blissey can't do much. Leech Seed would heal up Venusaur quite a bit. As Mandibuzz will be the double in. As Leech Seed is now going to be used on it, but if we see something like a Brave Bird fly out, we might see a triple switch here. We could also see Defog and the, first Roost, then see everything else happen as Sludge Bomb's going to be dropped. We could have seen a switch. We might see a switch on the, no, he's going to go for the Roost. He knows he's not going to die as long as he stays in here. He'll always barely heal up. So you can go for the Roost until he either gets crit or poison or both, because you know what's going to happen eventually. Gambler's Fallacy, there's the poison. Not a crit, though. Not yet. But either way, so Defog is going to happen. He knows the poison is going to basically nullify. Once he goes for Roost, he's going to be taken down from all of the after-turn effects. And he is going to get those rocks out of there. Entei now comes in unscathed with a ban. Sacred Fire comes out. Barely over half. That's what we want to see. The burn as well to boot. Doesn't mean he's going to die from a crit anytime soon, but it means he has to start spamming this. He has to keep going for damage. And for Fortnite, he has to waste the Sacred Fires. Down to 3 Sacred Fires. Synthesis comes out again. No crit is what he's asking for. We're going to see this man running out, but he has to go for it. But once he brings him down to Sacred Fire, it means he has to start taking damage from the likes of the Flare Blitz. His Leech Seed is now going to be used instead. Misprediction, but I think we might see the Fortress used here instead. Just sacked off. He needs to get some healing on, but I think he lost that prediction war. Actually, he's got 2 Sacred Fires. He could waste them. He could just try and waste the Sacred Fire, but I don't think... Is he at full HP? He can actually waste the last 2 Sacred Fires if he switches into Fortress right now because he has Sturdy. He's not going to have the healing, though, which means Flare Blitz will kill him off, so this might just be game, actually, for I Am Groot, considering Entei's going to do so much damage, despite the fact that Gengar can outspeed. Let's see how much damage it takes. One shot! Gone! He says Venusaur and Fortress is enough for me. As he says, now it's... He actually wants Venusaur versus the world. It could theoretically do it, but Entei has the likes of the Flare Blitz, and depending on how much damage that does... He is going to spare the last one. Volt Switch is used. The Venusaur will come back in. And because the Blissey is out here, a Synthesis is going to come through. And that's a lot of HP that you want to see if you're a Fortnite Ninja fan. Because now he's going to heal up. And Flare Blitz will not be a one-shot unless he gets a good crit. Mega Steelix, though, can do a decent amount of damage. With the burn, we'll keep the Venusaur on edge. It's still a close match. But I Am Groot is in control right now. Just has to watch with what moves he's using. As the Giga Drain will be taking out the Mega Steelix, I expect the either Terrakion or the Entei to come in. What are we going to see? Oh man, this is close. He has to think about this because he needs to know how much damage he can do with it. If you take a look at the HP on Entei, Entei is at 45%. The amount of damage and recoil that he has to take, if he doesn't get enough damage down on the Mega Venusaur, what he's really worrying about is the recoil damage will mean Mega Venusaur can go offense instead of healing and take it out. So if Blissey stays alive and keep going for Seismic Toss, if Terrakion gets enough damage down, you can go for 1 Flare Blitz on the Mega Venusaur and get the kill. The beautiful thing here for Fortnite Ninjas is his Fortress can still take 1 full hit, and 1 wrong move on the Flare Blitz does mean that the recoil could just bring it into range, but you might see him just go for it now. If he goes for the Flare Blitz, he's just going to go for that last Sacred Fire, bring him to that point where he's out of it. He will have to make the switch, but 82%. We're going to see the Leech Seed fly out here. We don't see any other reason for it not to. Entei has run out of Sacred Fires. It'll only struggle by this point. Terrakion, you are the second last hope right now as the healing will begin, but how much damage could you get down before the Flare Blitz happens? The Blissey comes in as the double. As Sludge Bomb is used, the crit happens, not too much. The poison comes through. Fortnite Ninjas did predict, I was going to say, if that Entei comes back in, it could go for Flare Blitz, knowing that he would have gone for Giga Drain against the Terrakion. Good play by both coaches. The Leech Seed misses, though. That's a big deal, but but he went for Softball. Getting chip damage down there would have been good. Leech Seed will happen as the Size Toss will now have to happen, but there's still, how many more Synthesis do we see left on him? He only has 3 Synthesis left. He has to, I Am Groot has to force the healing Fortress is going to make its way in as Size Toss is used, but that's going to be a lot of healing here for Fortress. It actually gets it back up to 100%. That's disgusting. Also means he can threaten with Gyro Ball. We've seen Rapid Spin, we've seen Volt Switch, and we've seen Stealth Rock. Do we see a Gyro Ball fly out? We do indeed, but it does no damage. On the bright side, though, he can stand in here and keep healing up into sturdy range. This is a good read by Fortnite, as he's feeling primed, ready to take game number 2, but I Am Groot can still do this. He just has to force the healing out. I don't know how much more he can actually do with it, though. Ow, I hit my headset. We're good. Did I break any wires? Awesome. Okay. Stealth Rock comes out, which is going to be actually rock damage he's going to have to take on Entei, and that just might be it, because now it has to be up to Terrakion, so you might see a full-blown Entei just go for the one Flare Blitz, and with all that healing that Blissey is, I don't think Blissey's doing it, man, because Blissey is just given, I think, Fortnite Ninja's game number 2, because now it's up to Terrakion. You're going to get one Flare Blitz, and then if he goes for Synthesis on that Flare Blitz, can Terrakion do anything with Stone Edge without getting non-stop crits? I don't know the damage calcs on that. We might have to do damage calcs on that. Sludge Bomb comes in. The Soft Boil will be used. Venusaur's at a healthy state. This is not even close. They're both playing it so well. The time isn't even ticking down. There's not even consideration with time. Giga Drain starting to be used. You might actually see what's happening here is we might see Iron Groot try and waste the power points on everything. Knowing that Blissey has so many tools in its arsenal, it's got a ton of soft boiled still. It's got heal bells to waste time, Size of Tosses to put the damage down. Just keep this thing constantly having to worry about healing. But because there's so much value coming out of that Leech Seed, he can't get rid of it by himself. We might just see a giant power point stall here. It's in his right. The Fortress has to come back in. He's trying to save everything. The soft boil will happen. And now he's probably going to go for Gyro Ball, predicting the Fortress? Or the Terrakion coming in? Terrakion comes in. Do we see the Gyro Ball? The answer is yes! The critical hit to put the nail in the coffin! And now it's up to Flare Blitz Entei. But Blissey doesn't have a Leech Seed on it anymore. This is a big deal because that means Fortress has to die to the Flare Blitz. He has to get the Leech Seed down. And there it is. It does happen, but the damage is coming through. Will we see enough damage dealt? The healing is too much. This Mega Venusaur trade from Golden State Greninjas. You might actually say World Leader says he supports Diego, but he's supporting Mitch right now with this trade up. The Entei has to make the move. The Giga Drain brings it to so low. And does he get a critical hit to finish this off? It could work. He goes for it. He barely misses the kill. And it's Blissey versus the world. It's not going to matter. That's going to be game number 2 going over to Fortnite Ninjas. Wow. Jeez. That's definitely a damage calc we need done. My goodness. I don't think he expected to die from Gyro Ball if he makes an aggressive switch like that. He needed to get the damage to stick to stop him from having Sturdy so that you could finish it off with enough damage, finish them both off with the Flare Blitz. But it doesn't happen. Sweet D continuing the meme of just being crit non-stop. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Well, I think this proves why we both said 3-1 or 3-2, because there is just so much going on in both of these matches, but then it's coming down to, we can't even tell because there's crits happening, because there's just bad luck happening, and it's mostly happening against I Am Groot. He's down 0-2. Will we see the double reverse sweep from I Am Groot? There are voters who believe the answer is yes. Man. I don't know. I just want to see game 3. Let's go to game 3. Just hurry up and go to game 3. I'm assuming, again, it seems like this is the best. The only switch that I can see here for the side of I Am Groot is the Blissey. The Blissey kept him in it there, but it feels like once Mega Venusaur gets enough control over the match and you're left with that Blissey on your team, the Leech Seed just gives so much healing back. If he didn't have as much HP to heal off of, he would have been in a better spot. So, is he hiding something, trying to bring it to the finals? Is this like somebody holding Flash in League of Legends until they make it to next Worlds? It's very tough to watch because you know that he has control, but it's literally the fact that Blissey has so much HP that he's losing from it. So, man. But what does he switch into is the question, right? Everything else still gets wrecked by the Mega Venusaur as well. It's probably just his best bet to take a special attack. Considering that he's managing the Dragonite and the Conkeldurr so well, the Blissey would be the final thing to finish off, handle the Gengar. But I don't think it has a moveset, from what we've seen, it doesn't have a moveset so far, from what's been revealed, to handle the Gengar anyways. That's why I'm asking to see if he's going to find something else, if he brings in the likes of the Bannet, maybe try and make it a little bit easier. Just say, hey, rather than tanking up with that Gengar dude, let's just go Bannet, have that priority, do extra damage, have that Destiny Bond to put extra pressure down, despite the fact you still have to worry about Leech Seed. Like, there's so many things. I don't know. Maybe I'm just calling it wrong. The Superior could make its appearance, but it's going to get wrecked by Sludge Bomb. It's a tough one. It's a tough one here for I Am Groot, but I don't think it's over yet. The first two battles have been tough for him. A little bit of hacks, but game 2 looked pretty good. Don't think that crit actually did matter. We don't have any confirmation on that on screen nonetheless, but, it hurts. It hurts. But you know what doesn't hurt? Watching another Pokemon match, because that's not going to hurt us. That's just going to give us more hype looking into the finals. If they're this good in the semifinals, it means the finals might look just fantastic. But first, that means Fortnite Ninjas has to finish off the series, or I Am Groot has to begin the reverse sweep. Let's see what happens here in game number 3. We see a Gigalith coming in, so we actually see the adaptation outside of Fortnite. The Dragonite just not doing anything, and there's the Superior. Okay, actually kind of favors I Am Groot here. Superior has another target for Leaf Storm. This is cool, and they'll see what this Gigalith is going to offer. Might just know the fact that Venusaur is tanking up so much. Fortnite just says, hey, I want more chip damage to kind of speed this up. The interesting side effect of this is it will damage the Entei, but it does give Terrakion a bit of a special defense boost. Kind of curious. But offers the Earthquake, offers Rock Blast. They will have something to fight the Mandibuzz over as well. Foul Play. Not shown on this moveset, question mark. Have we seen the full thing yet on it? We have seen the full moveset on it, so he knows there's no Foul Play to worry about from the Mandibuzz. So that could be a Pokemon that switches. Even if it has Overcoat, it can still threaten with Stone Edge or Rock Blast, and the Mandibuzz is only going to have a Brave Bird to fight it. It can taunt, but it's not going to do much here. Nonetheless, the Swellow versus the Gigalith lead. Let's get that sand going! This used to be what Sweet D was setting up on his team. Haven't seen it in a few weeks now, as Steelix will now make its way in the... Oh my god! That might even be Choice Band Gigalith. Look at the damage that it took from that. Heavy Slam comes through. Doesn't even... it doesn't even look like a 2-hit KO. This is destruction already on the side of Fortnite Ninjas. Just showing the Mega Steelix. Looks like a freaking marshmallow in this match. Conkeldurr is going to come out now. Does take a lot of damage. But we'll be able to go for the Mach Punch, get the kill on Mega Steelix. Might see something switch here just to get more damage done on this. But instead, he's going to say, I'm still faster. Actually, forgot it's faster. And he will get that tiny bit of healing up. Already 5-6. Kind of looked like what happened when Mamoswine did that against the Hippowdon. Once again, that defensive lead taken down. But now Leaf Storm will be used. Here comes Superior. Superior wants to get stuff done. No sand to pick off Superior, so can't tell if it's leftovers or not. The sub comes in. It's not Choice. This is good to know. How long can he do this for? He's not going to miss Sludge Bomb. The Torment comes out, but it doesn't affect it on the same turn. I Am Groot had to use it first. Oh, no. He had to use it the turn before on the Sludge Bomb. Does not affect until next turn. Now he can't use Sludge Bomb twice in a row. But that is a Pokemon taken to a mechanic. Tried it. It's a smart idea. I love it. But not used at the right time in the game. That's an unfortunate situation for I Am Groot. Down 6-4. We've seen him still be okay. But the thing is, that was with the Blissey tanking it up. And now he's just down a Pokemon that was supposed to kill off these other Pokemon. Last thing you want to see in the semifinals for I Am Groot exiting the semifinals is a 6-0. Don't want to see it. Tim, it reads the next move. It's similar to tricking. If you trick somebody, you don't bring them back to that original move. It'll be the last move that they use after you give them the effect. So when you trick them a choice item, that's when it locks in the move. Same thing with Torment. It'll lock in that move. Encore, however, will interrupt and make them stay on the move they used previously. It is the one odd move that doesn't actually interrupt. It doesn't work like Disable, if that's what the way I Am Groot was thinking it, because it does make sense that it does pretty much it does similar effects to the likes of Disable, but Torment unfortunately waits for the next move to be registered, and then he can't use consecutive moves from there on in. But now the Volt Switch, this is going to be Tracheon getting a special defense boost at the very least from the Company of the Sand as the Gigalith did fall. Now Fortress does come in. It will threaten with the likes of the Gyro Ball. We saw it last time. We don't want to care. Based on that crit, we could just assume that it's a Scarf Tracheon, knowing that Iron Groot's been running it quite a bit. And also he has a Choice Band. He has a Choice Band, Choice Specs user on it. It will be a one-shot on the Fortress, actually being... Wait. Did I never notice that was not a sturdy Fortress? Huh. I never noticed that. Does it not get... Interesting. Alright. It's Overcoat. It's an Overcoat Fortress. Interesting. Nonetheless, he is going to see another death here with the Conkeldurr being taken down, but the Volt Switch is going to come through, kill off the Tracheon because Specs give you Pecs, and Pecs give you Swole Power, and that's going to be a Gengar making its way in now. 3-3. We've been here before. How many more times will we return to this in this series? As Mandibuzz will now have to do something. Tank the hit, get the kill, but it doesn't have knockoff. It doesn't have foul play. How much can he tank? How many damage? Yeah, how many things can he actually threaten here and have to go for the Roost? The Brave Bird was used, but the Rotom Heat says, I've got the answer. It is going to be a free Volt Switch here for Fortnite. And the chances of I Am Groot moving on are slim to nil, especially after the Torment misinterpretation of the mechanic of the attack. It's looking clean so far, everybody. It's going to come down to the finals. It might just be 2-3-0 finalists this season, and then will we see one more? Because the prediction for us, based on what we saw in Week 10, it could just be nothing but 3-0s tonight. Clean sweeps. Exciting if you can appreciate the amount of metagame control that you have with your team of 11. So what does I Am Groot do here? He is taking his time to think. How much health does he have on everything? The Entei would die after rocks. The Swellow's gonna die. He's trying to think what would be the best Pokemon for him to keep alive right now, because something has to be sacked off. Unless he has like a bare amount of HP, he'll live on the Mandibuzz. He knows that he's getting a Volt Switch to the face. He knows that. And he is just gonna sack off. Ooh, a critical hit on the Mandibuzz. Don't think it was living anyways, but... you know, it's kind of just rounding off the entire season for Sweet D. Just nothing but weird and unfortunate hacks. That's just sticking it to him. Gengar will outspeed the Swellow, and it's Entei versus the world, but it's Choice Band. It's not going to outspeed. Another 3-0, just to give the audience what they want to see. A quick finals on the night, as Fortnite Ninjas will meet Traverse City Thunderous for a repeat of first place in the finals of the Pro Pokeball Season 5. GG. And this is Shark King's control. He knows that with Mitchie going on, he knows what he did last time. He knows he could do it again. It'll be up to Mitch with the stuff that he's shown and what he's played out tonight. Can he take us to a series that's not going to be 0-3 in favor of Traverse City Thunderous? I'm going to take a break and grab some tea for this one. I'm going to give coaches time to think of their bands, prepare their six. So, Traverse City Thunderous, Fortnite Ninjas. What you're going to do is you're going to DM me on Discord. Tell me your ban, and then tell me you don't have to give me the movesets. I've already got your movesets. Tell me the 6 Pokemon you're leading off with, and then we'll go from there. That's why I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time. I'm also going to go rest my throat because, yeah. This is starting to hurt a little bit. Plus, I want to give you guys a little bit of time to think. Remember, everyone, they cannot change their movesets. So we're stuck with that Overcoat Fortress. We're stuck with that triple taunting team. Whatever moveset's on that Gyarados, all of that is staying. And we'll see you after the break for the finals. Good luck, Shark King. Good luck, Mitch. Let's have a good finals. blocked again? Uh-oh. Shit. Did I? I'm still here? Oh, you can hear me? Sweet! It's kind of odd, though, because my chat's broken, so, you know, let me just get old Fixerino up in the back here. How much did you guys hear? You didn't hear me do the dealings in the bat, right? I think we're struggling. Yep, we're definitely struggling. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Hello everyone, welcome back to the ProPokeBowl Season 5 Finals. Where we'll be seeing our two finalists, number 1 and number 2 in the regular season. The matchup between Fortnite Ninjas. Oops, not that one. Come on. Match between Fortnite Ninjas and Traverse City Thunderous. A repeat of the end of the season, now at the end of the season. Yes. This is going to be interesting, because the last time we saw these two come together, well, Traverse City Thunderous hit a home run, and Fortnite Ninjas went into Realm Royale trash. But the point being that Traverse City Thunderous look very much in control. Very, very, very much in control of the entire series. I will also apologize. For some reason, my pop-outs have broken, so to see chat is going to be extremely difficult. Sorry, I don't know what to do. But nonetheless, what is going to change? We've seen a fair amount of Pokemon on this year. Alolan Muck was banned for Traverse City Thunderous. Fortnite Ninjas once again lose the Mamoswine. Without the Mamoswine, we don't see a lot of things that are going to get crushed. So, we did see the Dragonite do very well. It was the DD set. We could assume that he might get more value out of it here. We also have to look at the side of Traverse City Thunderous, because it felt like a lot of his build was to shut down setup. And for Fortnite, they showed pretty proficient here with the likes of the Venusaur and the Gengar. So taunting these things, taunting the Venusaur will be incredibly important. I could kind of see it coming. And the Pokemon that would be using it, the Haunter can actually tank it up quite well. So I can actually see the Haunter probably coming in for that Venusaur. I could see the likes of the, what was the other Taunter? I gotta go back to the notes. This is why you keep notes. Duh. Let's see. So, what have we seen so far? Because they have kept track, so we're not going to be hiding anything. We've seen the entire Tapu Fini set. Only has Moonblast, doesn't have Scald. Also known as Nature's Madness. We've seen a Choice Scarf Dark Manatan. We've seen this leftover sub-DD Waterfall Murderfish. The Taunters. There were two Taunters, that's all we saw. Yeah, there we go. Had two Taunters in Fini and in Haunter. Only one of them wants to stay in on the Venusaur. I don't actually know if Venusaur... The Venusaur is not going to do anything to that Haunter, which is kind of actually super interesting. So, what will Conkeldurr do in this situation? We didn't get to see much of anything off. We saw the Drain Punch and the Mach Punch. We didn't see its coverage move, if it has another coverage move. So, what cost him last time is, as good as he played, the Pokemon were just so strong on the side of Traverse City Thunderous that with all the damage... What did he ban in Week 10? Let me go quickly check that. I was going to look that up, but then stuff broke, so I had to... go deal with that first and foremost. Okay, he banned the Gyarados last time. This time he bans Alolan Muck. So that means that some damage will stick this time. He recognizes that with the likes of the Gyarados not setting up. Maybe he's not as afraid of it anymore. Now he's got the Dragonite. He knows he can handle it outside of something like Ice Fang, which then it would be Waterfall Ice Fang, and that'd be kind of weird if it did end up happening. Also, what the heck is going on here? Oh, I'm sorry, I said thank you for the sub, right? And Gamma and Boss for the bits. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, so now, with the Gyarados back in play, he sees it, and he's not as afraid he doesn't ban it again. This time he bans the Alolan Muck, who has the Pursuit Trapping, which means that now the Gengar is going to feel safer switching in nonstop. That could be the reason that we, see that kind of ban before. Oh god, I blew up chat. Hold on. Whoop, there we go, fixed it. This is going to be funky, like I said, because, we disconnected and things are broken, so... Give me 1 second. I gotta load everything back in. I'm also now over-lagging once again. Oh boy, I lost my name too. Nonetheless, join me in welcoming the two finalists to the ProPokeBowl Season 5. Fortnite Ninjas and Traverse City Thunderous. Man, neither of them actually have icons. Everything is breaking, but we're still going to have one heck of a time. It's okay. These things happen. Now, I did have some music that I wanted to play specifically during this. I wanted to play this. Yeah. Okay, everything's broken. Give me one moment here. Chaboom. Chaboom. We have to change it to finals. It's only fair that they get to find out it is indeed finals time. And I gotta move it. There we go. Live editing. Awesome. Let's get into this. Will it be another blowout? Will it be a third 3-0? Or will we have ourselves a series? Let's take a look at what they're bringing this time. We do see that Gengar. Because the Olomuck's not showing up, we're going to be feeling pretty okay. And without that Mammoth-Swine, we're not going to see any super big kills with the dual stab. It's going to be the offense you got to be worrying about. There's the Salamence. There's the Alolan Raichu we saw last time sweeping. And there's the Alolan Ninetales. Representing Gen 7 here for Traverse City Thundurus. Let's see what the Fortnite Ninjas can manage this time. It makes sense that the Alolan Ninetales lead off against this Dragonite. This Dragonite doesn't want to take it. Even with multi-scale, Blizzard is going to hurt. If it is indeed Blizzard. Raz, good to see you. Let's see what's going to be going on. We see the Z-Power move used. The Supersonic Sky Strike's going to fly straight out. Only does half, as Aurora Veil's going to keep the Ninetales alive. But that's good to know that we do have Flyinium Z on the Dragonite. Blizzard will not fly out as a Slowking makes its appearance. Takes the hits quite well. We'll take a little bit of chip damage with the Regenerator. Won't feel a thing. Let's see if Fortnite has a better read on this matchup than last time. But that does mean if we do see that, it's most likely Fly on the Dragonite because it's physical, right? We do want that physical boost. As now the Feeny is going to make its way in. Can't get burned because of Misty Terrain. That's a lot of bright things on your screen, but don't you worry. It only means good things. Nature Magic's going to cut this thing in half. We see a Calm Mind come out from Slowking. Okay, knowing that this Feeny in particular cannot threaten the Slowking in the slightest. So what does this mean now that he's going to do? He can taunt it to stop it from further setting up, but he's going to try and do this damage, but oh, it's barely up. It does get the special attack drop. Man, Thundurus is on point with getting the 30% with it. He's basically saying, I don't need Scald to burn a bunch. I can just drop your special attack a bunch instead and make up for that. But here we go. He has been brought down. He can regenerate. He's actually going to stay in and die because of it. There will be Slowking taken down. Funnily enough, Slowking might have had a decent chance there to even just... of course, Phoenix going to outspeed non-stop taunt, but he's not going to get that done. Now, Venusaur will make its way in. This Aurora Veil, again, this is why Manchester Manetric banned this earlier. Doesn't want to have to deal with it. Nature's Magic's getting a ton of value against the likes of Fortnite here. As look at the damage behind that shield. Nothing done to Feeny, as now we're actually just going to see the Giga Drain instead of the... Interesting, he probably predicted the likes of the Aggron to come in. So well played by TC Thundurus to send out the Alolan Ninetales. We'll get another Aurora Veil up as the Conkeldurr will take this opportunity to get its Flame Orb up safely. But what will it threaten with? I assume Poison Jab will come out again, knowing the fact that the Feeny needs to be managed. And if you don't have Venusaur doing well, it's not going to get a heck of a lot done. Here we go. We're actually going to see the double switch instead. He says, I don't need to use the Poison on this move when I can just use the Gengar instead with a Sludge Wave. And you're behind that Aurora Veil, but it's going to hurt nonetheless. And I know you only have the Moonblast, but either way, we're going to see a double switch for TC Thundurus, a triple switch for Fortnite Ninjas, trying to get the better of each other, as now Fortnite has controls. The Aggron sent in, the Mega is revealed, the Heavy Slam comes through to get the damage. Drain Punch is going to come out, not get a heck of a lot of healing back. Actually, that healing is going to get nullified, if not reduced, by at least the burn. The Heavy Slam comes down, getting it really low. He's doing a fair amount of damage to Mega Aggron, which I think is the best case scenario, which is what he's probably just fishing for here. Might just go for the Mach Punch to do the final thing. Doesn't instead, expects maybe the rocks to come out, knowing? I'm not too sure, but nonetheless, lets it die, keeps it at this range. The Dragonite's going to make its way in now. Dragon dancing up. Fortnite's going for it. A Stealth Rock does come out, so that's interesting. Traverse City Thundurus now dealing with a +1 Dragonite. However, still has one more turn to tank up a hit. We saw the Earthquake before. What are the other moves that are going to be used here? +2. This is deadly. Now the Feeny has to take the hit and doesn't have the Aurora Veil. How much can it actually take here? The Fly is used. If this misses, you're going to be sad, Fortnite. But he goes for it. Says, Flyinium Z, I can just hit the Fly. And it doesn't even do 3/4. And he actually takes the same amount of damage back without the multi-scale being up. But if that's the whole move set, what is his final move? Earthquake is going to be enough to take him out, but what is going to be that fourth move then? Does he have a Dragon move on it to clean things up at the end? Murderfish making its way in will get the attack drop. This is tense, but it's looking better for Fortnite. It's not a blowout. We haven't seen Traverse City Thunder sweep him yet. The Extreme Speed does a decent amount at +1, but the sub is actually used instead. I guess he's saying he wants to get a setup here, but that's interesting considering he shows return? Whoa! Return on Gyarados. No coverage. He says, I'll just go for the actual neutral hit. That'll cover when I cannot use Waterfall. So his moveset is sub-DD. Waterfall return with leftovers. That is interesting, but Gengar doesn't care. He will just take out the Gyarados, saying, we'll take that info for the series. And it's 4-3 right now in favor of Traverse City Thunderous. The Mega Aggron will be able to come in. I wonder if he knows he can take a Focus Blast, or he's playing off the fact that he doesn't have to take it. I don't think he needs to go for Focus Blast. I think he just, well, I mean, he's going to die. Unless he knows he can kill a Focus Blast. If he misses it, it's going to be tragic. But he has the Rotom Heat. That's what I was thinking. He doesn't need to go for anything here. As now the Rotom Heat is going to take a tiny bit of damage from the Quad-resisted Heavy Slam, plus the Rocks. So now, Overheat's going to be used. The Salamence does make its way. We might even see a Volt Switch knowing he's going to switch, and that is the case. And that Specs punches a hole into the Salamence. The Gengar comes out knowing it is faster. Shadow Ball is going to come in. I feel like the Salamence might have stayed in there, knowing that it might have been Scarfed, but he might have just discovered that if he is indeed Scarfed, then the Gengar is also Scarfed. And we don't know because we haven't read what items are on each, but this is the fact that he stayed in could mean he was Scarfed, which does, well, most likely confirms they're both Scarfed. Which is good to know because that means that Gengar wins that. And considering what we saw in Week 10, where Alolan Raichu Speed Tie won against the Gengar, the Scarf just says, I'm not going for a Speed Tie unless you have a Scarfed Alolan Raichu as well. And knowing that that's a sweeper, if the Alolan Raichu is used again as a sweeper and just wanted to win the Speed Tie, this could be Fortnite taking game number 1 because the Rotom's going to come in. The Heavy Slam happens once again. Rotom has one more chance to switch out and back in because it will die if it comes back. So it's going to be going for its max damage. Our little Ninetales is going to be the sacrificial fodder, just trying to get some hail in. It does also get the special attack feed out of this. And if this is not an agility Alolan Raichu, this could be game number 1 going to Fortnite. He's going for it. Here he goes. He has to win with this. If it's not the case, we're going to see Fortnite in control. He's going to indeed go for the sub, but we are going to see that substitute happen. He might just try and sub down so that he can tank up the hit and then one-shot with Psychic on the Raichu. Which is interesting because the hail is going to mean he's on a timer. He can only go 2 more times. Even a miss here would be tragic. How much is he going to go for it? He just, I think, has to go for it. The overheat misses once again. Traverse City Thunderous on the bars here. One more shot at subbing. If he doesn't miss here, Traverse wins. He's going to hit it. And that's going to be the hail taking it down, but the Gengar is going to finish off the game. And this should be game number 1, reversing the tides of Week 10. And Fortnite should be going up 1-0. It's not over till it's over, but it is a Scarf Gengar. It will outspeed this Raichu. And it's Aggron versus the world. I don't think it's got enough HP to say goodbye to these things. Fortnite bringing the game plan. And now we got a series on our hands, knowing that it's not going to be a complete blowout here for Traverse City. He is going to take this down, but the Venusaur is healthy enough. Should be able to take it out with Giga Drain. He can even go for Synthesis to confirm that nothing bad goes wrong, if he really wanted to. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Wait a minute, what? No way! There is a Rest Aggron on the field! No way. Oh my god. Okay, so, but here's the thing. It's still in Fortnite Ninja's favor because by the time he gets to wake up, he's going to be Leech Seeded nonstop. The only thing that he can do to win this out is literally rest to death. He has to rest and make this thing run out of moves. If we're going to sit here and watch a PowerPoint style for game number 1? Oh boy. Alright, we'll see you guys at midnight. But here we go. The Earthquake's going to come out, but the healing is going to come back, and it's a decent amount of healing for the Mega Venusaur. Okay. Giga Drain is, well, he's going to have to waste it here. He's got to make him try and get low to the point where he can kill him off after Leech Seed gets him low enough. This is smart by Fortnite, knowing he might as well start wasting moves and not have the rest come out. He might be able to cheese maybe a crit or just trying to know some damage calc. The rest is going to be used early. And this is when you're now going to see the Giga Drains happening. Try and get maybe 3 crits. 3 crits in a row? I don't actually know. I think he's just going to waste it. He has to kind of waste the roosts. And he knows the rests. And he knows he can, but this is going to be a very long game, ladies and gentlemen. Because I think Traverse City just sits this out, but with all the healing, yeah, they're just going to waste each other, which actually means I think Fortnite comes out with a loss here. That rest basically guarantees in this 1v1 mega matchup, unless he got some super mega crit, there's the damage. It's not enough. Another rest is going to come out, and I think Venusaur is going to run out of moves way faster because for some reason, Stealth Rock needs 32 power points. And that's it. That's game number 1. We were so excited for Fortnite, but whips out the surprise rest and will claim the first one. I don't know. I didn't know where to go with there. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's almost like Traverse City Thunderous saw this ending happening and is like, rest would ruin him. That's straight madness. That's straight, I don't even, like, there's healing on Mega Aggron. And you'd think it'd be abused in any other way, but if this ever ends up in the same position, he's toast. He can't win that. Shark King is out of this world. These reads are too big. They're too big-brained. They are. They're too big-brained. What do you say about this? What we can say, however, on the bright side, is it's not over for Fortnite Ninjas because they have a lot of time, right? They know this is coming now. They know that Venusaur versus Aggron, not the greatest thing. Wasn't the greatest thing to begin with, but he would have stalled it out to the end and then just won between Leech Seed and Giga Drain. But now that rest is on the table, what do? You go back to your notes and you look and you go, okay, Fortnite had control through the majority of the game, but with Aggron being the last Pokemon, he has an insurance, and because Gengar wasn't able to live and get enough done on the time, it's going for there. Plus the fact we didn't see a Focus Blast come out, pretty sure that thing's Scarfed, considering that the Salamence was also used to be Scarfed. This is a lot of information for both coaches to take in. First of all, Traverse City Thunderous learning that he's going to be outsped here with that Gengar, and that's pretty much what we would have seen in game number 1 in the regular season, which would have earned Fortnite Ninjas the maintenance of their first place seed, or maintenance of first seed, rather. But now, without that Alola Muck, it makes a lot more sense because with the Scarfed Gengar, it means it would have been Pursuit Trap when he tried to fail, so this is going to be tasty. This is going to be a very tasty match because, you know, thus far, ooh, I don't know, man. Nobody's getting Nubits? What? 1 second. My bot might have disconnected. You should be. Except passive earning. Uno momento. Let me fix that for you. I don't know why that's happening. I don't know why anything's really happening at this point with my computer. So, I guess it's not a fair thing. But let's take a look at this. So we know actually Fortnite has a lot of control offensively, which is great to note for him because he just has to get a better ending. All he needs is a better ending. That's it. He needs a happier ending than that stall fest because that is nightmare fuel knowing that you're going to be losing that. So I'm resetting the bot. That should not remove the bets. Oh boy. And here's the other thing too. How much tilt comes from that? How much mental anguish comes out knowing that you're like, oh my god, I've got Shark King down, and just like Mitchie said last week or 2 weeks ago, I did everything I possibly could do to bring this man down, and I still couldn't win. And now tonight, literally on the cusp of winning, and misses, falls short. Alright, let me just check my bot here. It's coming, guys. 1 second. Well, that's why I said synthesis first. I did not expect the... Alright, see if that works, guys. I reloaded the bot. Let me check the bets. Oh, the bets are wiped. Okay, here. It didn't actually save. That was my bet. Just rebet who you guys are betting for. You're fine. Usually it saves it. I'm surprised. Oh, well. Here you go. Just take a minute here. If you don't get your bet back in, that's your fault. There you go. I think it'll return it, Marie. I don't think it takes it until you've lost. You should keep your 100,000, right? Right? Yeah, I think you, It did? Oh. Let's fix that then. There you go. That's a pretty, fair way to do it. Alright. We gotta get in the game, though. Man, oh man. Let's go. Game number 2! Traverse City Thunderous eking out game 1 with the rest. Oricorio is on the field. If that's not a pick that you thought was stupid before, maybe game number 2 will prove victorious for it. We all see the Haunter returning. This is a very interesting thing. Look at the bulk on Traverse City Thunder. This is so much different from what we saw Traverse City winning in the early season. Now we have Rotom out here against the Aggron. We know the Aggron's not going to be threatening this, so he does have to make the switch into the Salamence. But that is going to be a lot of damage coming out from Volt Switch. A crit there would have made this very interesting. But that's Scarf. The Gengar knows it is going to be faster if they are both choice Scarfed. Feeny does have to make its way in. We might just see the Sludge Wave used here instead. The Shadow Ball still going to be fired off. Spadef Drop, though, makes it really nice here, knowing that Moonblast's not going to be doing much. That actually makes Shadow Ball do a heck of a lot more damage. A good start for Fortnite Ninjas. Bring it down twice. Nature's Madness is going to miss. Sharking trying to find some value there. I don't think that was worth trying to get the half HP down. Maybe thinking the Gengar would switch, but with the special defense drop, why would he? Knowing that Moonblast isn't going to do much of anything to it, and the Feeny is sacked early. That is an interesting situation here for the likes of Fortnite Ninjas. Seeing that fall so early, the Mega Aggron's going to be coming in. The Stealth Rock is going to be used. So far, Fortnite getting everything they want. Not taking the damage, getting the free setup. Can't burn himself in the misty terrain, though, so he has to wait for this to end. My bad. Sorry, guys. I don't remember how much you guys all bet, though. Here, let me get more of your bets in. Half your bets need to go through. Go for it again. Either way, the Shadow Ball is going to come in on the Rotom. It's a decent amount of damage happening here after the rocks. So Rotom is starting to be on a little bit of a timer here. Excuse me. Shadow Ball will just take it down. Choice Specs, and Haunter is going to be max speed, I guess? I guess that would explain it. If it's max speed defensive Haunter, we're going to see the taunt come out here on the Mega Venusaur. The Sludge Bomb is going to happen. He knows he's going to get taunted. He saw it before. Just going to get the tiny bits of damage, see if he would have actually done it. Because he knows that the Haunter can't actually do anything but Shadow Ball. So he can at least try and see if the Haunter's going to stay in or not, knowing he can also Synthesis after getting the taunt off of him. But, you know, it's not going to be the greatest matchup for him here. Oricorio making his way in. Electric Flying type. The Sludge Wave is going to do a lot of damage to the bird. Will we see a Revelation Dance come out? I like this because that would mean he would absorb the likes of the Dragon Dance, but instead we're just going to see Oricorio die. No big deal. Gengar is now going to be coming in. Big brother trying to take out little brother in a friendly tussle. Actually, they're sisters, I think. Either way, Shadow Ball is going to do a decent amount of damage to Mega Aggron. No special defense drop this time to put this thing on a timer. But obviously, with that Rotom Heat being down, something has to take the heavy slam. It's going to be either Venusaur or the Conkeldurr. The Venusaur is pretty bulky. We'll say hi. And this was the last time that we saw him in the end of Game 1. So, you know, you don't want this to happen again. Resolution, thank you very much for that follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the finals. As the Lone Ninetales can make its way in, the Leech Seed does fire out. The Aurora Veil is going to be opted for. Knows it can take the damage. Blizzard is still going to hurt despite the fact that you see thick fat on Mega Venusaur. As Haunter's going to make its way back in, Sludge Bomb doing very little. It is going to take a lot of chip damage from the Hail, though. And of course, remember, if this is Eviolite Haunter, it relies on Pain Split to heal up. As Dragonite's now going to be coming in. Shadow Ball is going to be fired off. Holy mackerel, that's a lot of damage done to the Dragonite from a defense. Like, it's just really funny seeing this Eviolite Haunter tank up things and then kill things at the same time. The Dragonite, once again, no value. It's not getting what you think to get done. It's just max speed. It's just max speed Haunter. It's gotta be. That was an offensive Dragonite. Who would have thought that Haunter would be when we, like, Gamma and I literally crapped all over this Haunter, and now it's about to be a Pro Pokeball champion. The Mega Aggron comes back in. We're back to these three. Fortnite seems to be trying to take victories from these three. Not that he's just getting, like, he can't touch the team. Because there's still Pokemon in the back that haven't even shown the light of day in game number 2. Venusaur has to come back in, but the Haunter's just going to double switch. Yeah, the Aurora Veil's wasting, but who cares? This thing is just going to keep doing damage. Look at the damage. That's actually a decent amount of damage even to Mega Venusaur, but it can't win out against the Leech Seed. The funny thing is, it technically can, but with the taunt, it stops from synthesizing. Yes, he'll heal off a little bit. Yes, the Aurora Veil's gone. But you know what makes this tilted? Synthesis plus Leech Seed loses to Pain Split. This Pokemon is perfect to take down Mega Venusaur. Aggron and Haunter were the calls saying that Venusaur is going to be huge. The Giga Drain's used. The Black Fog is brought really low. Venusaur will be taken down. If Venusaur dies here, I think we're going to see a switch. He's going to switch to Conkeldurr so that Haunter will die to the Leech Seed. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain here. Yeah, he's going to switch to the Conkeldurr. Exactly the same thing. Shadow Ball will be used, says I'll just take the damage. But that is the thing that ruined Mega Venusaur down. But the Aggron still not touched. And now that's a lot of damage done to Conkeldurr. Mega or a little Ninetales comes out. The cycle is so vicious for Fortnite to manage. As Bulk Up will be used as the Aurora Veil was predicted. I don't think that's going to be enough damage, even as neutral through the Aurora Veil. And I'm pretty sure Blizzard will be the move here for the Traverse City Thunderous. But at this point, this team is just looking so OU. I just realized this. Look at it take. Actually, that was a lot more damage than I thought it would be. I thought it would at least be lifted by like 15%. But, you know, I guess things do have to take damage behind Aurora Veil. But there goes the Conkeldurr. It's up to Scarf, Gengar, and Mega Venusaur to finish it off, to keep Fortnite dreams alive. Oh, man. Look at the value that both these teams have. But just look at Fortnite Ninjas trying to take scraps while Traverse City Thunderous is eating at the buffet table right now. At the buffet table? At the buffet itself. There, you know what I meant. Shadow Ball will happen. Dragon Dance comes through. He has the Waterfall. He actually has return for the likes of the Venusaur. The team built here, unswitched from semis to finals, getting so much value. A +2, trying to make it happen, but the speed is too much. And the returns are going to come out. He'll be faster than Scarf Gengar. And that's going to be a quick 2-0 for the Traverse City Thunderous. 1 game away from becoming the Pro Pokeball Season 5 champion. Actually, still not faster. I'm amazed. But nonetheless, he's safe behind his Aurora Veil. The crit means nothing. And now Traverse City sits at season point. Oh, let me save the thing. Did I break? Uh-oh. Oh. Hello. Interesting. I can't upload the replay. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Man, that one, yeah, that did not look good. What does Fortnite do, man? Like, this team not only took down Ivan, which you could argue didn't have to worry about it very much because he knew that he could win it through sheer skill, but the fact that this actually looks just as good, if not even more disappointing, because we expected more from Mitchie with this team mix-up, from having the Alomug banned. Now he's on match point. He's on season point. He might be second place. He's not going to get a chance at the 2-time. It's just so difficult for him to manage this. And really, what do we look at when we look at these teams? What is left in the tank for Fortnite? He's bringing his best team. He's bringing everything he can bring. But is this one of those his best just won't do? Is that it? Is that what we're looking at? Because it happened in week 10. We didn't want to see it again. But maybe we have to. Maybe we just have to sit down and say, Traverse City Thunderous has built such an incredible team, such an incredible composition, has so much foresight into what his opponents were going to do, that he might be our 6th unique ProPokeBowl champion tonight. And that's exciting, right? Considering that we've had 3 coaches in the semifinals that were looking for the 2-time. One in here in Fortnite Ninjas looking to be the consecutive 2-time, the back-to-back champion. But not happening yet. He has to come back in 3 games, a pure reverse sweep. Any hacks is going to put things over the edge. Any mistake is going to give Traverse City Thunderous everything. And now... yeah, it's pretty much a curse at this point, Speedy. You're right. Is the bot still not working, guys? Interesting. Shouldn't be happening like that. It's probably disconnected is all. No idea. Nonetheless... we're in. We're waiting. There's not much to say. Like literally, we need to see Shark King even give an edge, because we've seen it. He's taken so much. Like, Shark King has taken so much away from Mitch. No matter what Mitch does, Shark King has an answer. So what is there left to say? Is this the last game of ProPokeBowl Season 5? Is this where we say goodbye? Which song could potentially spell the end for this? Let's see. There we go. There we go. That's the music. That's what we need. Hype for Game 3. Is this a 3-0 win for Traverse City Thunderous? Give me 1 second here. We're having some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 moment here. Alright, there we go. Yep, they're just going to redo the battle. There was a team composition error, but it didn't start yet, which means we're fine. We're already in the series. There's no information being lost, stuff like that. We're good to go. No big deal. Stop the music. Shh. We're good. Everything's good. A mistake nonetheless. Okay, here we go. There we go. Perfect. Fixed it up. Now let's get into game. Boom. You know, the animations were working until we started getting a little bit of lag. Alright, let's not wait on this. Lots of things going through each other's minds. They gotta figure this out. He's gotta go through this. Fortnite Ninjas has to find the way. He's got the Gigalith. He might have the answer by making this switch up with the Oricorio. Didn't get anything, if anything, done. But what is going to happen here? So, we've got the Salamence versus the Gigalith. Like, the thing is, it's just, we have to keep staring at this and going, yeah, there's not much happening. Stone Edge is going to come out. Well, at least the Feeny here. The funny thing is Feeny can keep coming in, tanking the hits, and the Nature's Madness because it gets as much value as it's going to get as a Scald. So the Moonblast Nature's Madness is just making sense. Nonetheless, the Rotom Heat will happen here. We'll take the 50% damage. Does have to come out with his Specs Volt Switch, put some pressure down. The bright side is the Volt Specs is always getting something done because it's just chunking Traverse City Thundurus non-stop. It will exactly be this Salamence again coming through as the Gengar will now be coming in. And of course Gengar is going to be Scarfed, so it is going to be outspeeding everything. It's going to get a hit off, but you know, we've seen this before. We've seen the Aggron come in. We've seen the Feeny come in, although Feeny has taken some damage, so this might not be too bad for him. Maybe we see the little Ninetales come in, try and get that early Weather Switch as well as an Aurora Veil up, but at this point, we have to see, is there a way that you can trip up Traverse City Thundurus to get the advantage? Sludge Wave is going to come in. Good damage, just barely misses the kill, but that's a good start. He doesn't want to be locked in here as we actually see a double switch into the Haunters. The Conkeldurr is going to make its own switch. Not too bad. I'm actually surprised that we don't see the Alolan Ninetales stay in. Maybe expected that something could be set up easily, but the Sludge Wave does a lot of damage. Poison Jab is the final move. That's the best he could do, considering he has Mach Punch, Drain Punch, and Bulk Up as the rest of his moveset. Conkeldurr will have to die. But getting the chip damage down on this Haunter, it doesn't really matter because at least it'll be brought into range for Gengar. Maybe with Eviolite, it does take a hit. I'd be very surprised. Probably does if it's at least at, I don't know, 20-30%. But nonetheless, the Salamence is going to be sacked, so getting rid of his Scarfer. Have we seen the Salamence do anything all season? Or sorry, all series except for just take the hits and die? Because I'm pretty sure that, like, game one we saw was trying to be Scarf and just didn't do anything, and we don't see Traverse City Thunder switch it up, so maybe he thinks he can just threaten with it. But here we go. The Dragonite's going to be coming in on the Mega Aggron. Has its multi-scale up. This is not bad. We know it has Flyinium Z, it has Earthquake, and it has Fly. And I think we saw the Extreme Speed fly out from it too, so no Dragon move on this thing. The Alolan Ninetales coming in as Earthquake will happen. Just straight take it down. So no Aurora Veil this time. This could be the comeback for Fortnite. This is a better situation to be in. A lot of his Pokemon are not punched in. A lot of setup could be happening. Let's see, though. It will have to be Supersonic Sky Strike used here at -1 attack. Might have to do a damage calc here to quickly check it. Tapu Fini is going to be the sacrificial fodder to maybe tank it up. But no, the Dragon Dance is used. He will have that speed bonus. He'll be at neutral damage. I think from that range, Supersonic Sky Strike kills. And that is going to take out the Fini. Now Gyarados is going to be coming back in, getting the attack drop. As they're both going to be using Dragon Dance, but Dragonite is going to be faster still by one whole speed tier. Return is going to be used, brings it really low, but there's going to be no hail left to try and finish off. He's going to have to do it himself. The Extreme Speed comes through as 33%. Another Dragon Dance comes out. What if he gets crit, though? What does that mean? If he gets critical hit here at a 6%, he is going to die to the Extreme Speed, so that would be good value considering to kill this off. Doesn't die. He's kind of not lucky, but he does have the +2 speed to outspeed everything. But that was playing on the edge. Maybe he knew that's what he had to do left with his Gyarados. Let's see. Gengar, I think, still outspeeds, though. Didn't we see that at +2? Yeah, he is going to have to switch here. He knew he was outsped, so actually running Adamant Gyarados is going to make this much closer than it should have been. As now, all of a sudden, Fortnite Ninjas is going to be facing a similar situation, except now they're kind of on the top foot, not getting swept, not getting stalled out yet. Haunter has to be the answer. Leech Seed makes the most sense. Now we see Fortnite in control. Pain Split will be used. This is what we talked about between the Synthesis and all the healing that Mega Venusaur is going to be doing. He can stay alive just barely, and then Pain Split to completely reverse the tides with HP. Now we're going to see a Sludge Wave come out here on the Gigalith. The Gigalith is still alive. It's 4-3, and now he has something to punch these Pokemon in. And that means, oh, he's going to actually, whoa, he's actually going to keep the Haunter in. The Stone Edge is going to kill him off. This is a reverse here so far. Not too bad. What can the Gyarados do? The Gyarados is too low to get anything done. I think Mitch has done it. I think he's brought it back. We are going to see the Waterfall take him down. It is 3-2, but that Gengar still feeling okay. And he still has Rotom in the back healthy, so I think this is game number 3 going over to Fortnite. There's a series on our hands. Amazing. Still watching though. I'm not going to say anything until it happens. I'm still watching. I don't know what to say about this. I don't know yet. Earthquake will come out. The Leech Seed is down, which means the timer is on him. We know there's a Focus Blast on that Gengar, and we also know that there is an Overheat. So what does he opt for here? He's just going to opt to keep the damage. This might be it. I think that's game. He'll have to go for Rest here, and then he has 2 Pokemon that can just switch in. There's no Sleep Talk on this Mega Aggron, which means we do have a series on our hands. Now what happens here? Who's taking their time? Fortnite's actually taking their time trying to figure out damage calcs. Rotom Heat is going to be the switch, and the rest has to be forced. Yeah, which means he just goes for Overheat, heals up a little bit, which means he can switch one more time into the rocks, and then just go for Focus Blast. He's asleep for 2 turns. He's safe and ready to do it. He is starting his comeback now. And that's basically game. Game number 3 going over to Fortnite Ninjas. We're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Oops, wrong place. Aha. So what went different there? I think actually, funnily enough, I think the difference maker there was the fact that Nature's Madness. Like, I think it was literally just staying in and taking all that damage on the Feeny. And then on top of that, just, like, he just seemed to take so much extra damage than what happened before. I'm kind of surprised actually coming out from Sharking. I don't know. I don't know. What happened here? There we go. Okay, let's reset. Let's reset because we did say in game number 1, Fortnite Ninjas were in control. Right? They had the damage. It just got down to that 1v1 where he got thrown off. Game number 2, we saw Traverse City Thunderous take full control. Game number 3 comes around, and we see Sharking kind of just... I don't know. It made mistakes. I don't know. I feel like he made mistakes just staying in. That's kind of bizarre. But nonetheless, he does get more damage down. He does get that Gengar in a good position. And, of course, with the Rotom Heat staying alive, no tanking up, no setup sweep, he's still faster than the Gyarados. He's good to go. And if he can do that 2 more times, he will be a consecutive back-to-back champion. But now this is the crack in the armor that you wanted to see Mitch find. For Fortnite, they needed to do this. And, yeah, by managing that, I'm surprised. Like, the thing was the Alolan Ninetales made sense that he switched it back out, didn't get the Aurora Veil up because he was afraid. But not getting that Aurora Veil up did matter quite a bit. It's amazing. We saw it banned, and we saw it give value in game 1 and 2. So now what happens here? What are we... What does Shark King do differently? Right? I don't know if he does it. I feel like that Salamence still isn't doing anything for him. But I don't think, like, the Salamence is scarfed. So obviously it's going to threaten other things. But I don't think he can use it much anymore. Plus, he doesn't have the Alolan Raichu anymore, which means that thing was punching in holes or was going to threaten the likes of the Venusaur, was going to threaten the likes of the Conkeldurr. But without that too, other things are left to their own devices. So does Shark King have a backup plan? It was the Oricorio dropped, yes. Oh, sorry, yeah, he dropped his Latias for Dragonite. Nonetheless, they're in game number 4. Let's wait and see. I'm tired. This is tough to watch because it's just like all of a sudden out of nowhere when it looks so much in control, it's just like, oh, look at that. Drop Aurora Veil, win a game. Very straightforward, very simple, not too bad. I think that is a good victory here for Fortnite Ninjas. Can he replicate it 2 more times? I hope so for our sake, because then we get a really interesting show. Game number 4, coming at you in the finals for ProPokeBowl Season 5. We see the same teams come out, except, no, you know what? I was looking at Kabutops for some reason. What does that mean? Like, I was actually just for some reason staring, like, I wonder if Kabutops does anything here. And then all of a sudden, now the Salamence is out and the Kabutops is in. What is that gonna do? I mean that sincerely. Maybe it, okay, so the Kabutops here at least will get kills on the Gigalith. On the, oh, maybe it's a Scarf, if it's a Scarfed Kabutops, it can outspeed the Rotom Heat and kill that off. It just does a lot of damage, which is nice because the other thing, it has Stone Edge for likes of the Dragonite, so not too bad. Okay, Venusaur leading off here against the Alolan Ninetales, trying to get that Aurora Veil up early. He's not going to be able to stay in here. He doesn't want to probably stay in here and take this much damage. Traverse City Thunder saw what happens when you lose the likes of your Aurora Veil, so Haunter needs to be preserved. That was another Pokemon that was gone pretty quickly as well, because this is the shutdown to Mega Venusaur. This and the Mega Aggron, so losing this early kind of sucked too. And also saw how much damage that Stone Edge did before. But now here we go. So he's got a little bit of damage down on the Gigalith, broke the Sturdy, which means if he gets a kill on it soon, he can do it. But I don't think you keep the Haunter in here. He's going to make a switch back into Aggron, knowing he can be safe. Stone Edge not going to do pretty much anything to the Aggron. He's going to Mega up here to start getting his defenses down, not lose Pokemon for free this time. This time we're in the same old situation. Stealth Rock comes out, and now the chip damage begins. Now, of course, Leech Seed plus Giga Drain still feels great here with the Synthesis, of course. He's going to try and get a little bit of damage down. I don't think it's still worth it here for Traverse City Thunders, but he does also want to make a switch in case the Sludge Bomb is dropped. So he doesn't want to get Feeny in. He doesn't want to get anything else in that could get poisoned. He has to wait for the move here, and the Conkeldurr is going to move as we actually see the Haunter also come out. So the burn will happen at the end of the Misty, or, at the end of Hail. Gigalith is going to be the double switch back in. We'll get the sand back up. And, of course, this means he'll have that special defense bonus where he'll be able to take the hits. But now, you need to see another switch. You need to keep this Haunter. And I think now that he's seen that it will be a kill and Mitchie doesn't value anything more than getting rid of this thing, I think Traverse City has to play a safe one. He is going to go into the Feeny. The Earthquake's going to come through. That's a lot of damage happening. This has got to be a Choice Band. Did we see that yet? Have we seen Choice Band on this? I want to assume it is, because the damage that it's doing is ridiculous between the Stone Edge and the Earthquake, even on defensive Pokemon, so it's a good old chunk of damage he's dealing with. Moonblast will come out as the Mega Venusaur does make its way in. It's another free Synthesis or Leech Seed, most likely Synthesis, keeping the health up. This is a much closer match because now we haven't seen any defensive Pokemon fall. We haven't seen anything take over yet. And it will be the Leech Seed on to the Haunter. And because this Mega Venusaur is low, he can't use Pain Split to get his stuff back. So Here we go. Shadow Ball comes through. Giga Drain's going to do a little bit of damage. More damage is better on this Haunter. Bring it low. It's not going to get much done, but the sand is done, so no extra chip damage. There's not a lot to heal here either with the likes of the Pain Split, so... What is the play? Fortnite taking their time, figuring out. We've got the Haunter on the ropes, which means Mega Venusaur feels that much freer. There's no healing unless he Pain Splits a higher HP Pokemon. The Gigalith, once again, comes out. Do we see a Pain Split? He goes for the Sludge Wave. Oh, no. Went for more damage and is not going to get the kill. Feeny is going to make its way in. Stone Edge will come out, will one-shot. Oh boy, this is the crack. This is what we're waiting for. This is the crack that Traverse City Thunders doesn't want to be under, but the Alolan Ninetales out will kill off this Gigalith. But I think Gigalith has done its job, brought a lot of things low, has put a lot of pressure down, a lot of damage down. Conkeldurr comes in. There's not much to say here. I'm just waiting for stuff. Here comes the Poison Jab. It's a lot of damage, but the Aurora Veil is up. This is what he needs. I'm trying to read. Okay, so if he puts up the Aurora Veil, what's going to happen here? The Haunter's too low, so it'd just be sacked off at this point. Poison Jab, like he could just even go, Fortnite has put him in a position where he could just go for Drain Punch, because the thing about the Hail is, Haunter's going to die. Everything else is not going to like it. He can go into Gyarados, which might be his best bet, but then he has to, I mean, he's not going to, he's still going to get hit by Poison Jab. Might be okay even just to get the attack drop down, but the Venusaur is going to come in. As Moonblast is fired off, Venusaur trying to get something done here, might just even be sacked off because he's got to get the Gengar in and get all the sweep going. Here comes the Blizzard, is going to take it down. So Venusaur not being the win condition this time, not being the last Pokemon alive on the team. Five to 4 in favor of Traverse City Thunders, dropping a match. But now he's got exactly what he needs. He has that Aurora Veil up for 5 turns. He's going to have that tankiness to take on the onslaught that Fortnite Ninjas are trying to deliver. Try to stay alive, bring us to Game 5, bring us to a whole series. Sludge Wave is used as Aggron is here. Rotom Heat making its way in. Will have to take a lot of damage again. And this is the situation we saw Fortnite in last time, and that's when they were put to 0-2. Will it be a repeat? The Volt Switch comes out, expected the Aggron to switch, maybe thinking the Kabutops coming in. Conkeldurr now has to make its way in. Good read by Traverse City Thunders, gets a ton of damage down on the Conk. Still behind Aurora Veil, still feeling safe. And I think Gamma's hatred for Alolan Ninetales can now be expressed, as this is what is keeping Traverse City Thunderous alive as a champion. Looking to be the 6th, looking for Season 5, looking to make things happen. The Overheat has to be used, the Hunter is sacked, it's done its job. The Aurora Veil is gone, but it doesn't mean it can't come back. I thought you hated this Pokemon. Well, either way. You should hate this Pokemon. It's annoying. The Aurora Veil comes through. Yes, he can go for it. It will be super effective, but that's 8 turns that Traverse City Thundurus can play around with extra bulk. 4 to 3 now for Fortnite Ninjas. The Kabutops comes in. It's -4 special attack. And it's low. It's not switching back in. Probably just be tanked. If this is a Shell Smash Kabutops, I'm going to scream slightly. Aqua Jet is going to be used because he knows he's slower. It is Life Orb. Keep in mind, weak armor is alive and well on this Kabutops. And it's behind Aurora Veil, which again, we saw back when I think he fought either World Leader or Ivan. It's quite genius because he's behind, he'll take the damage on the physical side, and then he'll just gain 2 speed, not having to worry about being taken out. Alright, he hates Xerneas. What if I told you Xerneas and Alolan Ninetales were friends? Was it Tyler? It was one of those. One of those I expected to be absolutely shown off on. Either way. 3-3. We're back here, except it's the Dragonite instead of the Mega Venusaur on the side for Fortnite Ninjas. Can he make this happen? Gengar could still clean up in the end. He just has to stall out long enough to get rid of the Aurora Veil. It is going to be Gengar coming in, though. Maybe Focus Blast Hiss doesn't kill. It misses the kill, but Knockoff will take it down. But with the Hail, just the Life Orb in general, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Does Keldor and Dragonite win against Gyarados and Aggron? He will have to take Rock damage. The multi-scale is not up as Mega Aggron, 5 more turns behind that Aurora Veil. We gotta see a stall. I don't know. Dragon Dance is gonna come out. Heavy Slam comes through. That's not a lot of damage. He's gonna wait for the chip damage. The +1 might be enough with the Earthquake. Get through the Mega Aggron. It is a bulky poke, though. It's a second Dragon Dance coming up. Heavy Slam flies out. No more Hail. 3 turns to brace through, but he might have the speed here to wipe everything out. How much HP is that Gyarados at? It's full HP. He still has double priority in the Mach Punch and the Extreme Speed on both these Pokemon, but he's taking so much damage now. He's got to confirm basically behind that Aurora Veil. +2 Earthquake is going to kill. I suspect it too. Aggron's a beefy boy. Gyarados is coming in. Wants to get the attack drop. The Fly is used instead. Oh, this is a big deal. Aggron can come back in, tank that, and then you might see another... Oh, never mind. He's going to keep this. The critical hit goes through the Aurora Veil. The worst case scenario for Traverse City Thunderous. And that's a Game 5 we're going to. He can't win. He could maybe win from here if he tries to sneak off on the Conkeldurr. But I think the healing is in favor. But it doesn't matter. Fortnite takes us to a Game 5. For some reason, it's not loading. Still waiting for the battle to load, but nonetheless, we'll get into the analysis. The last 5 minutes of the Pro Pokeball switching as we get into game number 5. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It feels like Mitch has found an in. He has taken this Gigalith to new heights. He has tried and he has found the team that I think is going to put Sharking on edge. This is interesting. I need to see this. I need to do damage calc. 1 second. I want to see it. Where is my... Here we go. I'm going to put this as a damage calc. I want to see it. Boop. Does that put it in? Check my syntax. No, you check your syntax. Fly, Inium, Z. Yes, okay. And then we're also going to grab the... Oh, Traverse is back here. Go, 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 go. Because that's important information if that's what we're going to see here. Will this literally be because he has nothing to outspeed that Gengar? I mean it, like... Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Dragonite. Gyarados. Aurora Veil is up. He's at +1. He's using... Okay, hold on. He's using... Z moved. +1. Oh, that crit super mattered. That crit mega mattered. It was not a one-shot. That brought it right back. That's tasty. Did I get my battle? Give me game number 4. Hurry up. Sorry, I'm waiting for the replay. I'm just trying to get all these administrative stuff because that's super interesting to look at. Considering, well, now what? We're in a best of 1. We're back to if we won that speed tie back in week 10 with that Shadow Ball flying out against the Alolan Raichu. What? Who is the champion? Are we actually getting a consecutive back-to-back? By the way, Gam, I forgot we were supposed to talk. Oh well, it's no big deal. Are we getting the back-to-back champion? Or is Sharking bringing it back in Game 5? Because it seems like whatever changes have happened here, mainly that Gigalith, it's, that Kabutops was supposed to do stuff, but it didn't get him the victory, so... Oh boy. Are you going to give me my match yet? I'm waiting for Game 4 still. Alright, well, we'll leave that up, as I can't get it for some reason. Okay, guys. I usually get tired by the end of this, but I should be the most hype, because this is the final match, and what music better to fit it than this? I'm kidding. No, that's not happening. I'm not tilting anybody. Give me the final battle music. There we go. Let's get into it. Game number 5 between Traverse City Thunderous, Fortnite Ninjas. The teams are the same. If this plays out, we're getting a new champion or a consecutive back-to-back champion. And that's going to be history in ProPokeBowl. What is this going to be? Let's find out. We've seen it non-stop. The Kabutops is staying in here. The damage that the Feeny and the Haunter are taking is a lot for Traverse City Thunders to manage. He's not getting the same amount of pressure he got before. Gigalith v Aggron to lead. I like this because he can start going for the Heavy Slam early. It's going to depend on how much damage you can do with Heavy Slam and how much he's going to tank. The Stealth Rock is used, but the Earthquake is used instead. That band is paying off so much. And again, Fortnite knows he wins if he gets the damage down because he's got the Gengar, he's got the Conkeldurr, he's got the Rotom Heat. He'll clean up in the end if he gets this damage down. The Venusaur is now going to make its way in. We do see the Earthquake come in. Decent amount, but again, free Leech Seed happening here for the likes of Fortnite Ninjas, and the Haunter's gonna make his win, but the Leech Seed miss. That's not a good start for Fortnite. He had the control, and that would have been okay, but that miss actually somewhat matters. Not gonna get a little bit of healing back, and Haunter's in here for relatively at least one extra turn where he can go in for spam more attacks, because the taunt can now be used. He outspeeds it actually to stop anything from happening, and going for Sludge Bomb we saw as a simple 15%. Gigalith will make its way back in on the taunt, but instead, Traverse City reads that, goes for the Shadow Ball. So that's more damage on the Gigalith. This is already interesting because of that miss. It shouldn't be in this position, but Pokemon says we are. Mega Aggro will make its way onto the Choice Band Rock Edge thingamajig. Stones, they're sharp. Go there. Okay. Now, the Heavy Slam makes the most sense here. Mega Venusaur is going to come in. The rest is going to come early. Ooh, okay. He doesn't have a Heal Beller or anything else, so if he does that, he's basically passive. The Synthesis is free, and we're back to a decent state where we didn't have a Leech Seed miss. That is interesting. Taunts will come in, as we most likely are going to see. Oh, he does go for Leech Seed anyways. Still doesn't lose anything because the damage on the Haunter isn't going to help him much at all. So might as well go for it on the off chance Traverse City Thunders overpredicts. No matter what, he's getting nothing done. The Gigalith is going to make its way back in. Do we see a Sludge Wave or Shadow Ball? It is going to happen, and we see Gigalith being brought low. The special defense drop does not matter at this point. Chip damage after chip damage with the sand is helping, but Gigalith taking a lot of damage. Actually, it's going to be sacked off here with that Spadef drop. Actually, how much damage did it take before? No, it took 30%, so it wasn't going to tank it up in the... actually, 50%? It could have rolled low, maybe. It might have lived, but probably not. It's going to be sacked off here as the Gengar is now going to be brought back in. Big Sis here to put the little brother in place. But I think Haunter is going to be safe here. Now he's feeling a lot safer because he hasn't lost a lot of HP, plus it's in a pretty good place here. The Feeny is going to come in as the Shadow Ball is used. You're seeing safer plays used. It's Game 5. There have been so many plays done against each other. It's 2-2. Both coaches don't want to slip up. This happens in every sport. When you're in that decider match, it's difficult to take the risks because you're afraid that one risk missed is going to lead to your entire chances gone. The Feeny is dumpstered, as that has to be the Pokemon taken down since there's no Salamis to take the hit anymore, and he values everything else. This Rotom Heat getting incredible value with its choice specs. And what is the Pokemon that's going to come in? It can't go into Conkeldurr to get the Flame Orb boost. He's still into it, but he's got to go into a neutral state. Most likely maybe the Venusaur or the or maybe even the Dragonite. Just something that can take a hit, maybe deliver something back. I think the Leech Seed gets a lot of pain down. He might be able to bait in the Haunter and then make a double switch. I'm not too sure yet. It is going to be the Dragonite. So he says, I have the moves to hurt you if you bring in the wrong Pokemon. As now Alolan Ninetales will make its way in, threatens with the Blizzard. And with that Blizzard, actually, it's going to be a lot of damage. Rotom Heat does not want to come in on those rocks too many times and take additional damage with it. Having said that, if we see this, he could Dragon Dance, but then a Royal Veil could come out. So what does Fortnite do here to stop the Alolan Ninetales? These types of free switches will give it a big boost. Here comes the Flying EMZ through it. Supersonic Sky Strike's going to be flying off. Doesn't kill it. And that's also a big thing to note. That is a giant move taken out of Fortnite's arsenal, but it's a lot of damage done to the Alolan Ninetales. If he plans to win with Gengar, this is the way you do it. Blizzard's going to be used on this Venusaur. No freeze, keeping it competitive. That's what we like to see, but Venusaur does feel safe to take these Blizzards. Heal Bell! Have we not even seen all the moves on this thing yet? He's got Heal Bell on his freaking Alolan Ninetales. Oh my god, the Aggron is feeling fine. As now he's going to switch into the Haunter. And the Haunter, of course, behind the Aurora Veil is not going to give him much value. He's just going to try and shut down the Venusaur and then make another switch. We still haven't seen all of the tools in Shark King's kit. This is ridiculous. He has hidden information till game number 5. Fine 5. And the Shadow Ball is going to come in, take the Gengar out. That cursed body could mean the end of the season for Fortnite Ninjas. He has lost what we thought would be the win condition. I just zoomed in because I was trying to pull up chat, and all of a sudden Gengar's dead. Now Dragonite has to be the carry. The Sludge Wave's going to come out. The Dragonite's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, Traverse City Thunderous might have found their way to a championship win. As it's down to the Conkeldurr. The Haunter being an MVP of a tournament. What the hell is this? Sludge Wave is going to do a bunch of damage. The bulk up has to happen, but the damage is so huge. The healing is not going to be enough. He's taken down. It's 5-2. Traverse City. Find the Aurora Veil. Find the right pick. And as Venusaur and Rotom Heat versus the world, the taunt comes down. Synthesis cannot be used. And as much as you see this Venusaur healing, it is up against an army when it is a mere plant stuck with a mere appliance that is flying. There's the pain split we wanted to see. And we might see a champion decided here and there, but Fortnite's not done. They'll play it out. Alolan Ninetales will make its way in. A Sludge Bomb will be part of disasters. Actually, oh man. Well, that's just a nice crit to say goodbye to Alolan Ninetales. Being that thorn in his side. Good switch up here for Fortnite. Seeing that could happen. As now, the Haunter comes in. The Giga Drain comes through. It does not matter. It's dying. There's still a Gyarados. There's still an Aggron. There's still a Kabutops. And Kabutops will be the one to give the doom to the Mega Venusaur. It is Specs versus the world, but after the rocks and after the Aqua Jet, ladies and gentlemen, Traverse City Thunderous is your Season 5 Pro Pokeball Champion. GG, what a series. We even get a fireworks show? Nice. Is this one gonna give me the game? No, I think it's officially borked. I think Showdown is officially borked. Congratulations, Traverse City Thunders, you are Season 5 Pro Pokeball Champion. The recipient of a $10 Steam gift card. And in 5 minutes here, when we come back, we will get to the crowning ceremony. See you in 5. Can everyone in chat please rise for the presentation ceremony? The presenting of the Championship Cup. This is from the TCG game. No, I'm not connected to the repeater. I don't know what's happening. Coach of the Traverse City Thunderous, Shark King 319. As the organizer, the creator, not the namer, but the creator, the organizer, the producer, and the commentator of the ProPokeBowl, I present to you the Championship Cup. The one that's been handed down to champions before you. You are now joining the tournament. The Almighty Duck has returned. Your name will remain in it for the rest of your days. Congratulations, Shark King. You're walking home with a $10 Steam gift card, as well as joining the names of champions in the Duck. And if that is not enough for you, let me bring you over to the Hall of Fame wall, where you can join the other champions. Well played, Michi and Shark King. What a finals to bring us to the end of this. I need to pull out a ProPokeBowl specific emote for when it's duck time. It was the Celebrity Edition. That was the hand-picked edition, Survivor. That's why it was called Celebrity. It was hand-picked players. That is going to be the end of the ProPokeBowl Season 5. It's going to be the end for ProPokeBowl festivities for 2019. Thank you to all the coaches, everyone who signed up, everybody who stuck it through, for those who went through the new process. Hey, I got my Extra Life bar back. Nice. For everybody who spent the time coming out week after week, cheering on your coaches, voting on the featured matchups, voting during the playoffs, keeping up with the ProPoke podcast. On behalf of myself and Amagama, thank you to everybody who has made the ProPokeBowl take a step up this year, and we hope to do it again in Season 6. If you are ever looking to join, you want to read up on the rules before joining, we are always building these rules. Oh, did my bot die again? God dang it. It did! Hey! Nice. Okay, it might be connected now. Hold on. There we go. If you guys want to read up on the rules, now's the rules. You can also find it in my Discord. You can also find it at the bottom of my, what's it called? You also find it at the bottom of this channel. We still have some information at the bottom of the panels there. When will the next one be on? I don't know. Next year is going to be looking pretty jam-packed with all the stuff. I did not want to go, what's it called? I usually don't want to go this late with the tournament anymore, considering how much we've been doing with Extra Life and how long we have until December and, the main event. But nonetheless, we made it through. For those who did participate, please feel free to join again. There is no skill limit here. We don't care if you are one of the best players or if you're a player that has just begun their Pokemon competitive journey. We support you, and we want to see you come out. The more players we get, the bigger the tournament gets, the more hype we build, and the more weeks we get to spend together having this fun competitive tournament. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and we will see you on the next stream, which will be this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, for some Pokemon Red speedrunning. We will be testing the new goal system that someone in the Crystal Discord community came up with. We're going to be going through that, so if you guys are interested in watching that, make sure you come out. Extra Life this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself and Amagama go on our own Pokemon Showdown adventure, playing Showdown Tennis, and for subs only, Scribblio Pokemon Edition. You'll be able to join our games and play through. All it takes is a sub. Remember, you'll have many ways to mess around with us. You can make us play with dice through our showdown battles, or you could choose to tell us how we draw during the Scribblio events. If we raise enough money on the day, there will be a Golf with Your Friends Wacky Ball World Tour played on the same day. And by the way, Gamma, we have no time restrictions, so we'll get through everything. There's no cutting the event short. It's going to be the next collaboration before we go through everything else with Pixelmon, as well as with Raspberry Blitz when we are good to go. Look for information coming towards you with Extra Life Marathon events between November 1st and 3rd. If you'd like to join the battle Factory Tournament. That will be put out sometime this week. There will also be sign-ups for a couple of other racers if you are a broadcaster. Remember, if you've done Extra Life with me this year, you are invited to all the other events. You can join. Just have to let me know, and I'll let you know what's going to be going on. Finally, there will be a ProPokeBowl feedback form sent out sometime tonight or tomorrow. Make sure you look in your inboxes in Discord and on social media as well to give some feedback on what you liked from a viewer's perspective or a coach's perspective. Thank you to everybody coming out, and we'll see you on the next stream. On behalf of myself here at ProPokeBowl, take care. We'll see you in 2020. Have a great night, everybody. By the way, a big thank you to Xeno509, who made all of these graphics possible. I just realized all of these graphics were made by Xeno. What a masterful individual to give to this community once again the flair that we were lacking. Thank you so much to him. See you guys in Season 6.